Hey everybody, you are now tuned into The Blackout, shining a light on Black excellence, activism, and culture. Blacked out by the majority on AfroVibes Radio, the #1 online internet radio station, with your girl, Tequila. Today's special guest is Houston's own artist, the lovely singer that has a nice hit called Come Closer, which y'all gonna learn about throughout this episode today. The lovely Miss Britney Balma. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. What's going on, Houston? I'm so excited to be here.
So I'm so glad you're here. I was able to connect with you through my cousin who does music as well, which I know I trust anybody she sends my way because she's talented. So I know she's always keeping people that's talented around her. So me and you, we just been trying to connect for weeks now. And it's been a struggle.
A month.
Basically a month. But I had an opportunity to download your music on iTunes, and now I practically play Come Closer every single day. It's a part of my Afrobeat collection. So, you're on my playlist, girl. So before we get started, just introduce yourself and give us a little background into who Britney Balma is.
All right. So I am an R&B artist. And I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas.
H-Town.
You already know what go down. So I've finally started to get serious about my music career. Probably it'll make a year in November. So I'm just trying to experiment with different things. Come Closer is like a dance hall / Afrobeat type song, and that was just something that I just actually, your cousin, she helped me create it. Okay. So it was crazy how everything came about, but I'm so glad that it's finally here, and I just want the world to hear it. I really want that to happen.
So with you having such an amazing talent, why are you just now, over the last year, deciding that you want to pursue music?
Being lazy, not disciplined, So, I think as artists, we go through those highs and lows where it's like, are people going to support me? Is everybody going to get with my music? And so when it comes down to it, a lot of times we feel like people need to come to us instead of us getting out there and actually putting in the work to make something of ourselves. So I finally decided to say, I'm not going to hold back anymore. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get myself to the next level.
So when did you first realize that you had the gift or the talent to sing?
I want to say I was about 6. My dad said I've been singing since I was like 2 or 3 years old. And so when my mom, she really understood that I had a gift when I was probably like 6. I used to just sing in the car all the time at the top of my lungs. And my sisters would just be like either doing their own things, reading books or whatever they felt like, but I was the one always listening to the music and learning the music. So I think I definitely realized I had a gift when I was about 6 years old.
Did you do anything like choir while you were in school to help you learn how to read music and just help you improve on your range?
So I don't know really I know how to read music just a little bit, but it's all been by ear. But I definitely did church choir, school choir. My mom put me in vocal lessons when I was about 9 or 10 years old. So, it's just been things here and there. And then, of course, I've just tried to continue to cultivate my gift and, just grow stronger as an artist.
So what do you feel like encourages you or inspires you to basically sing? Because I'm pretty sure you write your own music. You pick out the selections of beats that you like to go with what you feeling in the mood. Like, what inspires you to do that every day?
Well, what inspires me is just basically how I was raised. So I got married to somebody from West Africa. He's from Burkina Faso. So that was something that inspired me to do the Come Closer song or anything regarding but I've always loved African and Caribbean music. So that was an inspiration for me. Being around just creatives, I like to have creative writing sessions, including with Infamous and just different people, Kenneth. And we just get together and we just sit down and we collaborate on different music.
So how has the West African culture actually had an impact on you culturally as well? Because I know you're from Houston.
Yes.
And, people that are from here know it's a real diverse city. And we got a lot of Nigerians. We got a lot of people from Pakistan, just all over the world, Asia, everywhere. How has it impacted you and actually helped you find out more about yourself?
That was a good question.
Thank you, girl. I've been doing this for a long time now.
That's a good question. No, so I think that being a part of the African culture, it makes me feel like I'm getting closer to where I actually come from. I may not know exactly where I come from, but it just gives me a bigger respect for my people. And so yeah, that's just how I feel about that.
What have you like learned in regards to tradition? Does your husband, does he still carry those regular oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
I'm sorry. Significant used to be other, I don't know.
No. No, so I mean, he is a little traditional, but he's also learning how to be a little more modernized because, I think as people like millennials of today, we're not as traditional as, but I've also learned to do things like, I think, just African men in general, they just have things that they want done in a specific way, or men in general. Okay, I'm just say that. So
no, it's a difference. It's a difference now.
It is a little bit of a difference, but he's taught me how to do things the way he likes things done. I respect his culture. I'm not as like into it as I would like to be, but that's just because he's trying to learn more about the American culture. So I'm teaching him about this, and then when I see his family, I just respect them, and it's all about respect at the end of the day. I just respect his culture. So.
That's beautiful. I can't remember what I was watching, but one of the things they mentioned was we got to bridge that tie between the Black American culture and the African culture. And so it's a crazy concept.
That's always a conversation.
It's a crazy concept, but it does make a lot of sense. He was saying, Black women need to marry African men and Black men need to marry African women so we can get the blood ties back in order.
Wow.
And that makes a whole lot of sense because that gives you a direct lineage right back to where we come from. So we may not know where we start, but we have the responsibility of how it ends. And so that's why I can respect the fact that you married an African man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because I really feel like we need to learn where we come from. Like I want to do one of those ancestry DNAs.
Me too. The African ancestry.
Exactly. Because I need to know exactly where I come from. It's hurtful a little bit to know that you don't know exactly where you stem from. So, just being connected with him and his African roots, like that kind of makes me feel like a sense of I'm coming back home, you know what I mean? So
you've been able to embrace the food, the clothing.
Oh, yes.
And speaking of that, and then the music. So I know that you do, like you said, you add a little Afro beats to it, a little bit of reggae, dance hall. Mm-hmm. What was it about Afro beats that made you say, you know what, this is something I really need to incorporate into my career and put out as a single?
Because I love Afrobeat music. Like that is just something that I've listened to for years. I have two African best friends, and so they introduced me to Afrobeats, and I was like, okay, this is my type of music. All and right. So I just have an open mind in general, and I don't like to be labeled in one box. Like she's just an R&B artist. She's not gonna do anything more than just R&B and sing love songs. I want to be versatile. Yeah. So that was something that really made me just move in that direction. And so when Infamous, she introduced me to one of these songs, I was like, okay. It was like a beat, and I was like, okay, I need to get on top of this. And so I just started singing to it, and Come Closer came from that. So
what I want to ask you is how you feel about like just the Afrobeat music as far as it combining with the hip hop culture and the R&B culture, because even though they're just on the rise, it's been going on for a while where they come from. We're really the ones that's behind on it, but now that they're starting to combine the genres together, how do you feel like it'll really build upon the culture all together across the African diaspora?
You know what? I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it's going to be a beautiful thing because we need to bridge, like you said, we need to bridge that gap in our cultures. Like, Black people need to understand that you really do come from Africa. So embrace this. And I think that having Afro beats, that's kind of a way to be like, okay, let me embrace this culture. Let me see what's going on here. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be it's a great move. And it's good that our Black American people, as they call it, Black American people, are finally getting, they're finally understanding that, we need to grasp onto this and embrace this in our culture as well.
So tell us a little bit about some of the things that you write and you put in your music and where it comes from. Where's that place?
So I have an EP album. Hopefully it'll be out by the end of this year. Okay. And so just to talk about a few things that come from that EP, I have things that talk about my upbringing, how I didn't have the best childhood. So I have a song relating to that, Growing Pains. I have a song relating to my love relationship with my spouse, just a song dedicated to him. I have Come Closer, so it's a versatile, it's very versatile. I really wanted to encourage others. I really wanted to empower people, like my other song, Love Yourself, that I have out. That song is really been taken
And I was going to bring that up too.
Yeah. So, I mean, whatever I do, I just wanted to inspire somebody, no matter what.
Absolutely. We got to go to a quick break, but when we
Absolutely.
return, I actually want to talk about Love Yourself because it's one of the songs that I'm playing right now while I'm going through heartbreak.
Ooh,
but I want you to kind of
yes.
describe where you was at when you was creating that song. But we got to take a quick commercial break. When we return, we will continue our show. Until then, you guys are listening to The Blackout, shining a light on Black excellence, activism, and culture on AfroVibes Radio with your girl, Tequila. Hey everybody, you are now tuned back into The Blackout, where we always shine a light on Black excellence, activism, and culture with your girl Tequila on AfroVibes Radio, the #1 online internet radio station. And we're still currently in the studio with artists, R&B, dancehall, reggae, Afrobeats, artists, Britney, Balma. I'm so glad you still stuck around after the break with us. So one of the things we were talking about before we left off was your single, Love Yourself.
Yes.
For me personally, it just, I don't know, it came at the right time. I'm going through so much.
Yeah.
And so being able to hear that single, it just kind of reminds you to love yourself first.
Seriously.
It reminds you that, you do still have your own unique qualities. You can overcome from certain situations. And I know when we're in love, sometimes we get lost in the situation.
We
you know what I'm
sure
saying?
do.
And we forget who we are. So tell us why you chose to write that song and just, what that song actually represents for you.
Yeah. So love yourself. I mean, like I always tell people, it's self-explanatory. But what it means to me personally is that I've had a lot of situations where I didn't really understand my worth. I really didn't understand that I need to be putting myself first before anything else, before I can allow somebody else to come in and love me the way that I should. And I had to learn a lot of this while I was dating my husband. Like I was like, oh my God, did I really allow people to do this much damage to me to where I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really loving myself. Therefore, it's such a battle for you to even love me or you to, you know what I mean? So it was just so many different things. And so when I wrote this song, me and Infamous and my friend Kenneth, we all had like a little collaboration session and was like, let's just start writing. So we started writing, and these things was hitting us so hard in that creative session, and we were like, wow, like this is something that the world needs. And the world has been showing us how much they really need this song, because self-love is something that is so necessary in today's society. Whenever everything that everyone does tells you to not love yourself, so.
And I like that you mentioned that, while dating your husband, he had to be able to kind of love you out of that pain.
Hello.
I know we live in a generation where a lot of times marriage, it just don't last, right?
Yeah.
Or we get married at such a young age. How has that relationship or that marriage work to help you love yourself and to understand what love is? Because one thing I was telling my ex, I was like, I need the type of person that's going to love me out of me.
Yeah.
Because I've been damaged for so long. You could tell me all day what's wrong with me, but you got to show me. If you're not showing me how we supposed to be loving each other, then we can't get nowhere together.
That's real. And, I feel like in relationships, a lot of times you got to put your pride to the side. You have to just... it's a lot that comes with it. And you think that it's over when you get married to somebody, and then sometimes your flaws really get exposed when you're around that person even more. So the fact that we can continue to choose each other first and continue to be like, man, I'm gonna love you past all of these issues, all of these flaws, like that really helps you to be like, man, I need to get myself together and really value myself so that my spouse can, love me. I don't know if I'm really making sense with what I'm saying,
No, you are.
but basically what I'm trying to say is that you really see yourself whenever you see how you treat somebody else. And so that's how I feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody or you're married to somebody, like
They're a reflection
sometimes
of you.
Exactly. Period.
Definitely, absolutely. And so then your other single, which you actually have a video shoot for this Saturday, is called Come Closer. That's your dance hall R&B single. Tell us a little bit about the vibe of that and the meaning of the song.
Yeah, so Come Closer, that's like just a feel-good song. It's a song that makes you be like, okay, let me go find somebody in the club and let me go dance with them until the sun comes up, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be an awesome video shoot, and I want to incorporate as many cultures as possible, whether you come from the Caribbeans or you're African, whatever. And I want people to bring like their African and their Caribbean flags. That's just my way of showing respect to this culture that I appreciate so much. So, I would love for everybody to come out. It's going to be at Posh Virtue Daiquiri Lounge, Saturday, September 28th at 7:30 p.m. So everybody come out and just have an awesome time. There'll be drinks and everything.
Now tell us again why you decided to name the song Come Closer.
Ooh, Come Closer. Yeah. So that's self-explanatory right there. Come closer, let's dance, let's groove with each other, let's vibe. I mean, honestly, when I was in the middle of writing that song, it was like a little R&B vibe that I had going, and the song was originally supposed to be a slower R&B song. And then whenever I heard the beat, like I was like, okay, well, let me speed it up and let me say, baby, won't you come closer? I want to feel you right next to me.
Hey. That's my jam.
Yeah. So then I was like, let me just name it Come Closer. Boom.
So how has like just doing music been therapeutic for you and just your healing in life?
Girl, music has really saved my life because a lot of times, we wonder what our purpose is in life. And I've questioned that a lot. Even though I have a gift, I've questioned my purpose in life a lot. And so music has just been like, just being a singer and an artist, that has made me feel like, okay, you got a reason to live, because I've had a lot of people come to me just from songs I've created. Or if I perform somewhere and they've told me, oh my God, your song has blessed me, your song has encouraged me. It made me want to, keep pushing whenever I wanted to give up. So, I mean, music has been so therapeutic for me, and it's just everything that I've been doing and the grind that I've been on, it's just made me feel like I really have purpose and I really have a reason to continue in life in general. So
real quick, we ain't gonna ask for too much, but can we just get like a quick little, piece of Come Closer real quick? Maybe just a little hook or something.
Let me see if I can give you a little piece of something. All right. Baby, won't you come closer? I want to feel you right next to me. Oh. And I love the way you make me feel. Oh.
You better come through with them runs. Okay. Home of the Beyoncés. This is where they make them at, if you didn't know. That's beautiful, man. I just love that song. And so, what do you have coming up? What can we expect from Britney Balma in the future?
So I'm actually going to be on Channel 39 Morning Dose News October 18th. So I'll be singing my Love Yourself single. So y'all can check that out. That's going to be at 7:45 a.m. I have a few, I'm always trying to perform around Houston. So anything that I'm doing, I'm always posting it on my social media, just different performances that I have coming up. So
absolutely. And again, when did you say you were going to have your EP dropping?
I want to say at the end of this year. I really want to do it possibly on my birthday, which is December 2nd, or I want to do it at the end of the year. December 31st.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, before you get out of here, what type of advice can you give to the people out there, that's just looking to pursue music, or they are pursuing music and they may be feeling like they're hitting a crossroads and they want to give up, but you need to make sure you keep on vocalizing and share your gift for other people, because music is what touches people in their soul.
Absolutely. The advice I would give to somebody that's, even if they're just trying to start in music, is to just really make up in your mind that you want to be disciplined. You want to take yourself serious. No one will take you serious if you don't take yourself serious. So really just try to network as much as possible. Reach out to people. Make sure you're doing the work. It doesn't matter how gifted you are. If you're not doing the work, nobody's going to take you serious. Nobody will see you.
Absolutely. Well, before you get out of here, I want you to give us all your social media. Let us know where we can stream your music and just follow you so we can continue to support you here at AfroVibes Radio.
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at official Britney Balma. Let me spell my name because Britney is spelled so many different ways. Britney, Brittney. My last name, Balma, Balma. You can find me on Facebook, Britney Balma Music. You can find me on Twitter, Britney Balma. And you can find my music on all platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, anything. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And I
Thank
just
you.
appreciate you allowing me to shine a light on your Black excellence in the community with what you do with your music. I feel like it's music of substance. It's real
Absolutely.
R&B, something that we're missing today.
We bringing it back.
And it's out there. It's just not getting the respect or the play that it deserves. So I know you're going to do
Absolutely.
well. I know you're going to be
you,
up there with
Tequila.
Toby and them coming out of Houston.
Boom.
Everybody seem to
We
be doing
coming
well.
up.
Meg, everybody.
on,
So I know you
Lizzo.
following. I know Lizzo. I know you following. So just thank you
Yeah.
so much for all that you do.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate that.
Oh goodness, now I'm coughing. I can't even
You
say
all
my
right?
outro.
Thank you, AfroVibes and Tequila, everybody. I appreciate y'all for giving me this opportunity.
Absolutely, and thank you all for tuning into The Blackout, where we shine a light on Black excellence, activism, and culture with your girl Tequila on AfroVibes Radio. Make sure to check out our Facebook and Instagram pages at The Blackout AVR, and to stay up to date on our previous discussions and future events, please visit AfroVibes Facebook and Instagram at AfroVibes Radio, Twitter at AfroVibes Radio with an S, and lastly, listen to us online at www.afrovibesradio.com or simply download the AfroVibes Radio app on the Apple or Google Play Store.